You talked about a lot of the new features. I want to talk about one that we spoke about maybe a few months ago that has done tremendously well, and that was the 24-hour live trade. When we spoke about it, it was only 24 equities at the time. Last night, you announced that there's over 1,000. Talk about the impact that that's had on your community and overall as a platform.
I think that's been huge. And, we're in a competitive space. People have lots of choices for what tools they use to trade on. And what we want to deliver for active traders, and hopefully Hood Summit kind of evokes this, is that we want the active trader products at Robinhood to be for those that want to be at the forefront of innovation and technology and financial services. Sort of like what the AMG or F1 line for Mercedes is. Small niche market. Not everyone's going to want an AMG. But for those that really care about motorsport and performance, and they love driving fast and pushing your vehicle to the limit, and there's probably a smaller number of those folks. They really love it. And I think active traders are the same. Like, there's less of them. Most people probably prefer to manage their money passively, or investing is like a relatively small portion of their daily life. But for some people, it's pretty much everything. And so we want to be the place, the platform for an active trader that really celebrates the fact that it is an important thing. And you should have the feeling, if you're using our active trader products, that you'd be at a disadvantage using anything else. I think 24-hour market is an example of that. So when we launched in the US, there was nobody else offering it for individual stocks. I mean, you had some people offering it for small ETFs, things like that. But we came out there, we offered it for individual stocks. We now have over 1,000 on the platform. And what you're starting to see is, like on Sundays, even before market open on Monday, people are sharing screenshots and talking about how the market is responding to news that's happening on the weekends. And I think you just weren't able to do that before. And it was pretty much only happening on Robinhood, which also served our interests of putting our brand up there with as like being the place you go to see market news and market movements, even in off hours.
What are the time frames during the day that they can trade?
Sunday, it starts at 5 p.m. Pacific, so 8 p.m. Eastern. So it's kind of like, I think it works well for me personally. I mean, I know a lot of people on Sundays kind of start getting ready for the week. You've got your meetings on Monday. So part of my routine is like, I really start getting ready for the week and like what's happening on Monday alongside the market opening, 24-hour market. And that kind of gives you a sense for what's happening in the markets too. I mean, there have been so many weekend events that I remember just in the past year. One was the Discover Capital One merger. That news hit on the weekends, and you saw the market reacting on 24-hour market as well. GameStop, you guys remember GameStop? So a couple months ago, there was like a little resurgence of the GameStop mania, and that activity was happening on Sundays. And a lot of it was just Robinhood 24-hour market screenshots being shared. Even some of the OpenAI stuff, like when OpenAI had that little boardroom scuffle late last year, people were tracking the price of Microsoft stock in 24-hour market, because obviously Microsoft was like a huge investor, and it seemed like they were scrambling a little bit to figure out what they were going to do when Sam Altman was kicked off the board. And so the 24-hour market became a way to track that in the public markets too.